We are racing to win into Sha Tin this Sunday for some dual track racing with a 10 race card getting underway at 1 o'clock. We've got it all previewed for you right here on the show and joined in the studio today by Paul Lully and Tom Wood. And Tom, early race number 3, but it's a good quality Class 1.
Yeah, it is, Mark. We've got Class 1 gallopers here over the 1,200 metres. Small but select field to Courier Wonder coming out of the Group 1 last time out. Dukewire's been running well, rewarding together. I thought ran a big race last time out. We've got Class 1 on the dirt later on and also a Class 2 race to look forward to also.
It's not a bad meeting for a week after a massive day at Sha Tin last Sunday, Paul, but you can spice it up even further with a jackpot or two.
Yeah, a couple of jackpots there. 5.8 million going into the triple trio and also 300,000 going into the 5th double trio. That's on races 9 and 10, so the last couple of races there. So a couple of good ones, plenty of host of first starters. There'll be a couple of shorties, I think. I think Perfetto will probably be one of the shorties, shortest of the afternoon.
He was very good last time. A couple of scratchings to pass on before we go any further. Race 4, Little Player, has come out. Colonel goes in and Sylvester de Souza takes the ride. And in race 10, Seaweed Fortune is replaced by Bulletproof. Ruhenmeyer on board. And we've hit meeting number 50 for the season. These are the details with 6 races on the turf and 4 of them on the all-weather. B+2 is the rail position for this week. The 2 races we focus on, race 3, the Class 1 over the 1,200 metres and the Class 1 over the 1,650 on the all-weather. Race number 3 is the Devon Handicap. They line up this way. The top 3, Courier Wonder, Dukewire, Master 8, all coming out of the Centenary Sprint Cup behind Lucky Swainess. Rewarding Together gets Matthew Chadwick back on board. He's got a great record on the horse. Nervous Witness wears a hood for the first time. Blaze Warrior comes back in trip from the 1,400 to the 1,200. We haven't seen Lucky With You since January. He's had 2 trials since his last appearance. He's one of 2 in the race for David Hayes. Now the speed here, Tom, smallish field, but expected to be good. Yeah,
should be here over the 1,200 metres. Nervous Witness should be able to roll forward. That's what he likes to do. He's got the hood going on for the first time as well from barrier number 8, but Campione, Paul, he's an alternate leader potentially if they wish to press the issue a little bit there. And Lucky With You should be able to sit handy from Master 8, who's been a bit out of sorts recently.
He has, hasn't he? I thought then Courier Wonder, Duke Wise drawn nicely, and then Rewarding Together. Rewarding Together was just a bit of a query because if he has gone forward in the past, but in the smallish field, I think he'll just probably take a sit there.
All right, Blaze Warrior back last on the inside, hoping for plenty of that good pace on. But David Hayes, well represented with Nervous Witness and Lucky With You in the race, and he spoke with Nick on Friday at Sha Tin.
David Hayes, you've got a couple of runners in race 3 on Sunday afternoon, both Nervous Witness and Lucky With You. If we could start with Nervous Witness. He's had a recent trial. You've put a hood on this horse this time in.
Yeah, we decided to put the earmuffs on him just to hope. His weakness is he gets too aggressive. Yeah. And in the upper class races, if you're pulling, you don't win. And we just hope that just takes that little 10% off him and relaxes him a bit.
What was the feedback from your new jockey, Lyle Hewitson, on that performance at the trials?
Oh, well, he's always trialled. Every trial he's ever done in Hong Kong has been in earmuffs, so I know he performs very well in them. I think he's undefeated in his trials, so Lyle thought he was good.
Tackling this 1,200 metres, I mean, he has gone well over the trip. As he's getting older, did you feel he is settling that little bit to get the 1,200 a bit better now?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it first up, but now he's well into his preparation with 3 runs and a trial. There's no reason why he won't run the 1,200. It's just, you know, how easy he gets it through the first 600 metres from barrier 8 is probably the question. What the other ones do.
Yeah, for sure. You've also got Lucky With You in the race. Another horse that's trialled quite nicely. Trialled second to California Spangle recently. How's he been?
Yeah, well, he's freshened up after his disappointment and he's had a bit of a working holiday, but I think that was a pretty impressive trial that he did. And, you know, he'll come from off the pace and there'll be plenty of pace, so if they go too fast, he might be a chance.
He's got a super record over this trip. You're bringing him back to what is his favourite distance as well.
Yeah, it is. You know, he's probably got to run a PB to beat these, but the track work suggests he might be ready to do that.
I guess what he has got in his favour is a very lightweight as well, and in a race where they can go hard and a decent quality, that can certainly count for a bit.
Yeah, if it's last man standing, he might be the one joining in.
David, during the week, obviously your horses were in pretty good form at Happy Valley. Nice that they've turned that little bit of a corner after what was a quiet spell.
Yeah, it's been quiet in winners, but on my last 21 runners, 17 have earned money, so they're peppering the goals, not winning, but getting close.
What about the two in this race? Tom, Nervous Witness and Lucky with You. How do you split them?
Yeah, I just wonder if Nervous Witness in the end just might not quite be able to see it out if there is some pressure with Campione, because Matthew Poon could want to press the issue maybe from barrier number 7. He was sort of on a minor line. Hood's interesting. Lucky with You, I thought he goes well fresh, so he could be one.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I've got Lucky with You in for sure, because I think that trial was really good behind California Spangle. The thing that worries about Nervous Witness is what David Hayes actually said in the interview, is that his worst enemy is himself. He can pull, and if he does pull, it's very hard to win in this sort of grade.
Over 1,200 metres as well. We move on to some Happy Valley form now. Tom, here he is jumping with Rewarding Together. Nervous Witness, who was in this race as well, and Campione out fast off the inside.
Yeah, and I think they'll try and do that again with the Campione this time around. You can see Nervous Witness. His record says he's a better 1,000 metre horse, that's for sure. But look, I really did like the run of Rewarding Together. He missed the start and closed well out wider. Never won at Sha Tin, Paul, from his 8 starts, and the stable's only had 3 winners across the last 10 meetings, so the winners have dried up a little bit for the Law stable.
They have, haven't they? But look, this was a really good run, because he was on the back foot from the start. Like, it's a smallish field now, so there's no way he's going to be that far back off the pace. So with any sort of jump, I think he's one of the major players.
Yeah, Tom's right. No wins at Sha Tin. He's placed 5 from 7, course and distance Rewarding Together. Here's the Centenary Sprint Cup, Paul. Duke White, he's had a great season. He runs 7th here. Courier 1 to 4th, hasn't been too far away. And Master 8, not the Master 8 of a season or two ago. Yeah,
a little bit worried about how he's going. But Courier Wonder, look, they're sort of riding him a bit back now, and the horse seems to be finishing off his races nicely enough. I thought Duke White would get a really good run from barrier number 1. We know he's a very consistent and tough horse as well. So I think both these two have got good chances in this race.
He does really struggle at the ultimate level, does Duke White, but I think this is a suitable race for him from barrier number 1. Master 8, they were quite confident with the trial that he had produced before that last effort, but didn't back it up at all on race day.
All right, so that's that 3. Now, here's a horse, Tom, that might be suited by the anticipated good pace. It is Blaze Warrior. This is a race over the 1,400 metres. He drops back to the 12. He's a 3-time winner over course and distance.
Yeah, I think he's been going well, this horse, Blaze Warrior. Really enjoys course and distance. You look at his last 4 of his last 5 starts, he's broken 23 seconds for his last 400 metres, and I thought he was doing his best work late here, Paul.
Yeah, he did. He finishes off strongly, so he'll just need a bit of pace on, but he should get the pace in the race with Nervous Witness in it.
That's Beluga winning that race. We see him on the all-weather later in the program. Some trial form here, Paul, featuring Duke Y and Courier Wonder. He has to carry the 135 pounds Courier Wonder. He's a 5-time course and distance winner. He ends up running 2nd to Duke Y in this trial.
Yeah, I thought both these two horses trialled really well in this. Look, Duke Y looks like he's bounced back. He wasn't that far away either in that last run. I know he finished his 7th, but they sort of finished in a bunch behind. You can see him doing it nicely enough. He wasn't pushed out at the end, and same likewise with Courier Wonder. A couple of strides, he would have won this trial.
Yeah, and he just missed last 400 of his race in the Centenary Sprint Cup. He was the quickest home in that race, 22.13. So I think he's going well enough at the moment. Just has to carry the big weight.
We can't do any more than that as far as the preview goes for race number 3, Paul. We've seen every horse that's engaged. So which 4 did you pick out of the replays? Yeah,
so I'm going to go with Duke White. He's just consistent. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 1. In the smallish field, I think it'll suit him. Rewarding Together, look, he hasn't won over the course and distance. He hasn't won at Sha Tin, but he's been consistent, so I wanted to include him. Lucky with You, really good trial from him, and Courier Wonder's going nice. He's going better at the moment. Just has to carry that big weight. 2-4-8-1.
Going with Rewarding Together here at number 4. He's just a real trier, is this horse. Missed it last time out. Hopefully he can jump away cleanly. Matthew Chadwick for Frankie Law. So 4 on top ahead of 6 Blaze Warrior, who will be running on it to the end. Duke Y goes in from barrier number 1, and Courier Wonder with Hugh Bowman on board. Thought he trialled well leading into this and was Group 1 4th behind Lucky Swainess last start. 4, 6, 2 and 1.
That is the preview for the Class 1 on the turf race number 3. We're going to take a break here on Racing to Win. We'll come back and have more Class 1 racing to preview and get a little dirty with it right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. Before we move on, a reminder about Hong Kong Direct this week. You'll find it on the website. There's an early look at the Derby after last week's Classic Cup and, of course, the win by Beauty Eternal. And we head across to Dubai to check in with Dougie White and the preparation for Russian Emperor and how he has done since the win in Qatar last time. Nick Child hosts the show and you can find it at hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. But we need to keep on pressing on towards race number 7 now on Sunday. It's another Class 1 race, but it is on the all-weather over the 1,650 metres. Beluga at the top of the book carries an extra £20 for that last start win. It is an extended rating Class 1 also this race. Berlin Tango, he's a winner. Course and distance. We have got Telecom Fighters, whose best form has been turf at Happy Valley. Cheng Cheng Prince, full-time winner. Savaquin wears the pacifiers again. Apache Passes missed the top 2 just once from 8 starts, course and distance. True Legend up in grade for the first time. Everyone's Delight's won 3 over the 1,650 at Happy Valley. And then we've got Super Wind Dragon. All of his wins have been at 1,200 metres. And Handsome 12, who does like the surface, but he did struggle at his only start in Class 1. We'll hear from his jockey Jerry Chow very, very soon. But Tom, 1,650 the distance. Shortish run to the first turn on the all-weather. Who leads it?
Well, the pace should be good here. Telecom Fighters likes to go forward. He's got barrier 5, and True Legend will be stoked up by Jack Wong from barrier 10. He's on a quick backup from winning last weekend because of the start prior to that. He went too quick in front, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But Paul, what do they do with Beluga? Do they try and press on with him and hope there's a spot that opens up?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to try and hope that True Legend crosses Telecom Fighters and he can get outside, because he does like to ride forward at normally Beluga. Either that or they change the tactics and go all the way to the back. But he's going to have to go all the way to the back, I think. So, yeah, a bit of a dilemma for Beluga, and he's got to carry that big weight as well.
You can't just leave him hanging out there. You're supposed to be the expert. So he's going forward or back. Let's put it on the line.
Off the fence.
No, where he is, exactly where he is now.
3 wide, okay.
Yep.
All right, we've got it. We've got it from him finally. But we're also going to hear from Jerry Chow now. He rides Handsome 12. He's down in the weights. He rides for Benno Young, and this is Jerry talking to Nick.
Jerry Chow, Handsome 12 is your ride in race number 7, one of the couple of Class 1s on the programme this weekend. He's a horse that you've known in the past. You haven't ridden him recently, but you have ridden him in a trial. Talk me through that trial performance.
Yeah, he trialled good. He's not a 1,200 meter horse, so he stayed at the back, and in shake he framed well, improving the position. And after the wing post, he keep going well. Yeah, feeling good.
I know you haven't ridden him recently, but you have actually sat on him, I think, 3 times competitively in a couple of placings. He's obviously improved this season. What's your take on him now as he steps out sort of in a better quality race?
I think he improved now to the Class 1 and be very competitive. The lightweight will help him, and the draw help him as well.
Obviously, he's run 2 back. He did run in a Class 1 race, and he was a bit of a flop, shall we say. Just assessing that and coming into this, I mean, he has run since. He's run well. Would you be confident of a decent run in a good race with a low weight?
Yes, I think if he can be the good position, and I think he will perform good. And I rode him a couple of days in track work, and he feeling well.
He's drawn in gate number 3, Jerry. I mean, it's not an overly big field, just 10 runners. He's a horse who does like to take a bit of a lead. Do you think you're well placed where you are from 3?
Yeah, I think I will be just behind the speed, and I think he got some nice speed this race, so I think he will finish well.
You and Benno Young obviously have teamed up quite well this season. Nice to continue to get the support of Benno.
Yeah, he gave me lots of support, and I ride for him in the track work every day, and just be a good partner now.
So there's Jerry, Paul. He's a horse that you've had plenty of time for, Handsome 12, certainly on this surface. What about in Class 1 again?
He struggled, didn't he? He sort of ran down the back. He sort of ran towards the back in the smallish field. It's very similar to this field as well. Look, he's come out since and run well since that run, I should say. So, look, I have included him, but not on a win line.
I thought if he's ever going to figure in Class 1, it will be here with a lightweight, I feel. He did have a little excuse 2 runs ago when he did stumble at the start, but he ran well last start.
All right, that is Handsome 12. He's also in this replay, Tom. There he is in those white, yellow and blue colours back there. True Legend was smoking along in front this day. In the end, he fades up and runs 5th, True Legend, but he has come out and won again since. Importantly, this is down 2 grades, Class 3.
Yeah, it was. Of course, as you mentioned, just went too quick in front last time out. 2 runs ago anyway for a True Legend, and in the end he was well rated the other day, and he scored well. But you can see Handsome 12, he was boxing on okay. We saw the trial and the replay there, Paul, and didn't really do too much at the back there, just a light hit out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the thing that worries me about True Legend, he's basically up in a grade. He carried a lightweight last time with the apprentice on. I know he's got Jack Wong on, but he's only carrying 4 pounds, sort of 4 pounds less for a rise in grade. So that just worries me a bit.
And they did go very slow in that race last week too.
Yeah, they did.
All right, move on to some turf form now, Paul. Here is Beluga. Now, you can't knock what he does in Class 1. He's got a great record, 4 starts, 2 wins, a second and a third. However, he's got 135 pounds on his back this week, and he's also making his all-weather debut.
Look, he does work well on the surface, but yeah, and that draw, look, I think he could be wide, as I sort of said on that speed map. So, look, he can sit 3 wide on the all-weather and still win, but I'm not sure coming to the surface, so I didn't put him in the end.
They cherry-picked this race out for him because they knew he was going to get a lightweight with 113 pounds. He's well over that now with 133. I've got him in. Hopefully he can tuck in somewhere and get a little bit of cover, because I think he still can run well, because he's a horse in form, and when he finds form, he generally holds it.
He's off a rating of 101 with extended band 110 to 85. Plenty to look at here, Tom, and we'll start by highlighting the winner, Cheng Cheng Prince, who just loves this course and distance. Apache Pass, he also races very well course and distance. Telecom Fighters probably being in front again this week. Everyone's delights down there on the rail. Savaquin, he's back in the field, and we've also got Handsome 12. This was the Class 1 where he stumbled at the start and he didn't do too much after this. So plenty of horses coming out of this race.
Yeah, Telecom Fighters first up for 56 days without a trial. He'll be up at the pointy end here. You can see around the outside, Cheng Cheng Prince just travelled into this so kindly, and he was 1 pace last time out. That was on the turf at Happy Valley over the 1,650 metres. He's not really a Happy Valley horse, I feel, is Cheng Cheng Prince. I think Apache Pass has got claims in this race, Paul, and I think Savaquin's going well enough to give this a shake. I'm still not quite over Apache Pass from a few runs ago.
No, you're not. Look, I'm definitely with the winner here, Cheng Cheng Prince. I think he can win again. He's got a really good course and distance record. Apache Pass, I think, is the hardest to beat, so I've got that as the Quinella once again, 4 to beat 6.
You'll be telling your grandchildren about that Apache Pass
Not better
race.
at all.
Off we go to Happy Valley now. Here's Savaquin, and that is him on the extreme outside. He runs on strongly. Everyone's delight. He is more towards the lead at this stage. Berlin Tango, we didn't see him in that previous replay. That was King's Shield in the red and black colour, so it wasn't Berlin Tango. And Cheng Cheng Prince, he'll prefer the surface switch, as will Apache Pass, Tom.
Yeah, he will. Forget his run last time out. Course and distance last start here at Happy Valley, 3 wide, no cover. But I mentioned Savaquin, Paul. He's placed 4th on the surface in the past, and he's come back to some form because he's sort of been in the wilderness for a while.
He has a little bit, hasn't he? So we'll see if he can come back onto the surface. He's drawn in barrier number 2. Yeah, just forget the runs of both Cheng Cheng Prince and Apache Pass. They're better suited here.
All right, we go back 7 days ago now. Paul, here is True Legend. Now, we thought the speed was going to be right on this race because that Sky Supreme, who likes to truck along, he's not there this week. But the youngsters, the boys on the back, they just went very, very slow, which resulted in True Legend being too good.
Yeah, and he did win really nicely here. He's way up in grade, as I said. He's almost gone up a grade with a similar weight. He's got Telecom Fighters there as well, and he's drawn wide, so he's not going to get his own way in this race.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can have him this time round with the 7-day backup. Yes, he got a soft enough sort of sectional during the race there, but it's a big task here, I feel.
All right, so that's a look at the runners in race number 7. Paul, who do you like?
I like Cheng Cheng Prince. I think the horse can win this race. He's got a really good course and distance record, Cheng Cheng Prince. He's had 9 goes at it for 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third. So, look, I think he's going to be the one toughest to beat. Apache Pass in there for second. Look, he's been running well, and he did run second behind Cheng Cheng Prince in a very similar race. And then the 2 of the lightweight, Handsome 12, will give him another chance in Class 1. And Super Win Dragon, horse we haven't talked about, he did win 3 in a row. Then he ran 4th at his last start on the all-weather. Has had a run on the turf since, but he's a lot better suited back here. So 4, 6, 10 and 9.
Settling with Apache Pass here, I think he's going to get a nice run in transit for Silvestre de Souza and Pierre Rung. It was second 2 starts ago behind Cheng Cheng Prince, only beaten half a length. And his trial, I thought he looked good in the trial, even though he was down the track. So Apache Pass over Cheng Cheng Prince, who loves course and distance as well, a 4-time winner. Ruin Mai's got a good affinity with the Francis Loy galloper. Super Win Dragon goes in because he's better on this surface, as Paul mentioned before. Didn't do a great deal last time out on the turf behind Circuit Stella. And Beluga has a lot more weight to carry this time round, but he won going away at the line. It's just a matter of where he ends up from barrier number 7. 6, 4, 9 and 1.
We've seen races 3 and race 7 here on Racing to Win this week, but there are another 8 races to have a look at, Paul, so we need you to pick a few winners for us.
Yeah, look, El Valiente ran really well. He's third up now. He's had those 2 runs recently, so with that under his belt, back on the all-weather, I think he can win. Galvanic has to overcome a wide draw, but I think he can. Happy Forever's downgraded. I think he's really well placed down here in Class 5. Lucky Ruby I've mapped going to the front, and I think he can lead all the way. Now he comes back onto the all-weather. Perfetto, very impressive last start, can win again. Champion Dragon, he just keeps running second, this horse, but I think he'll get his opportunity once again. Don't mind Adios coming onto the all-weather for the first time. He's the son of Snitchell. I think he'll be well placed. And Massive Action, he's the only leader in the last. I think he can get his own way in front.
And you can find all of those race analysis on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video and you can see it broken down race by race. But right now, Paul, we need the 3. The best, the long shot, the play.
Well, we'll start with Chang Ching Prince. We've just talked about him. I think he can win. Ruin Maya does ride the all-weather very well, and the horse is very, very good over the course and distance, so he's the best. And Adios, we'll give him a chance. Coming to the surface for the first time, his form's tapered off a little bit, but coming to the surface I think will really spark him up. He works well on it. And in race 2 we'll do the play, which is Galvanic, and a couple of first starters, Golden Luck and a bit of a Barrier Rogue, Plentiful, but there's ability there, QQP.
Best for me comes up in the 9th race on the all-weather. Adafil for Ricky Ewan to Karis Teton. Bolted up last time out, ran good time in doing so. Did to Adafil in race 9. Golden Luck hopefully comes up at each way price for Manfred Mann, and Matthew Pooney's drawn barrier 3. He's been trialling well, so he's race 2, number 9. And the plan at 9th race with Lightning Bolt, who was very stiff last time out. Elon's well rated, and Adafil looking for 3 on the bounce.
The world's unluckiest horse comes up in grade, Ching. He had no luck last time and he hit the line well. 118 pounds, he drops down from 135. Perfect Team didn't have too much luck last time either, and he draws barrier number 1 over the 1800 metres. Harry Bentley for Casper Founds, and the play Alacrity. Massive Action that Paul thinks is just going to get a great run in front, and Ching will be running on, so 1, 4 and 12 in a QQP as the play of the day. That is a look at Sha Tin on Sunday, Tom. We then flip the page and head back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night.
Yeah, we've got the Class 2 speedsters over the 1,000 metres lining up there. WizKit Paul back to Happy Valley, and Carroll Street returning to the Valley as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good race, and I'm looking forward to Good Bang, Bang 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 getting there as to Happy Valley for the first time as well.
That he is, but we'll see you at Sha Tin for the first of 10 races, 1 o'clock on Sunday.